That's, all right. Hey, thanks for coming out. I know it's tough sledding out there. Appreciate you guys making it. Um, we're already two practices into our UCLA game plan, and so it's been a few days since we played. So what we're doing right now is we're really building on some of the really good positive things that we saw Friday night, and working to eliminate the negatives. The guys we had a really physical practice today. We had the pads on. Guys really got after it. The attitudes have been really good. Um, just the attention to detail, the focus, the preparation. It's very similar to what it was last week, and so we've asked our guys to step it up. We reminded these guys, what it takes to have a good football team. We reviewed that this morning, and they showed them some videos that pointed to that, and so I'm very pleased so far in our preparation and just our guys just moving forward in this game plan.
Mel, you've talked about wanting to play physical football since you got here. Did you feel like Friday night you took a step in that direction as far as your run game and then stopping their run game as well, getting to the quarterback and kind of exerting your will a little bit even though it didn't come out the way you wanted?
Yeah, the past several weeks we've been able to run the ball. I think our run game has improved almost every week. Offense line does a great job. Our backs run really hard. They're very well coached and show a level of toughness. Also, our run defense has improved in some areas. We still have to do a better job tackling. When we don't tackle well, that's when we see explosive runs. But we're in the right spot. We're in position to make those plays. So I believe that the name of the game is hitting and being physical, and so we're moving in the right direction.
Coach, with your backup quarterbacks, is Tyler going to be available this week? And no matter who it is, are you confident those guys can come in, maybe execute the whole playbook if they're called upon?
Yeah, I started to smile a little bit because I'm always teasing Tyler, saying, how long you gonna milk this deal, But no, he's working to get back, and we have confidence in Blake, and so we'll just have to see as the week goes on with the treatment and the rest and recovery. But I like our quarterbacks. Those guys are they're pretty sharp guys, and it means a lot to them.
When you've been in the film room looking at UCLA's offense and how well they've been able to run the ball in the past weeks, what's sticking out to you just about why they've been able to do that so effectively? Is it just a combination of that O-line with their talented backs, or what's kind of been sticking out to you?
Well, their backs are very talented and they run hard. Their offensive line is getting better. They're maturing, they're growing. They've had some continuity, and I just think I think they really found their stride, and they figured out what they can do well.
Hey, Coach, you said over weeks at a time that it's a game of inches and inches and inches, and you're so close. As the season draws narrower and narrower, do those inches become larger and larger, become foot and yards?
It is a game of inches, and you can always point to in any game one play here or there that you think would have made the difference or could have made the difference. And so, how do you, the question is, how do you make those plays? How do you make one more play? And it's really goes back to, the little things, the preparation, the attention to detail, the sense of urgency, how hard you play, just the overall execution, and the better execution you get on a consistent basis, the more plays you're going to make, and that's how you get those inches.
Yesterday, I think it's kind of a play off that. You said we have to do simple better.
Mm-hmm.
Is it more encouraging that that's the case, or is it more frustrating that all it is simple stuff, but yet you haven't been able to do it?
Yeah, I try to avoid frustration because it just really it's not productive. It's not helpful. So just have to continue to find ways to get the message across, to get those get those details, get them executed. It could be something as simple as I'm rushing the quarterback. I'm at the level of the quarterback. I'm in his face, and I just have to mirror the throwing hand, so he has to throw around my hand. That makes a big difference. In tackling, take 2 more steps before I go off the diving board and dive for a guy. It could be hand placement. Hands inside and pad level. To get a block and sustain a block without getting a holding call. And so that's a lot of drill work, film study. You show them how to, show them what they did wrong, show them how to do it right. Drill it, put pressure on them to do it right. And so, that's what we have to do. Just continue to find ways to get our guys better. And I have seen improvement in a lot of areas, and that's encouraging. There's a difference between being disappointed and being discouraged. And so when I don't see the execution at the level, at the standard, with what we need to have, I'm disappointed. But I'm not discouraged.
Jalen, Sammy has kind of a thankless job as a nose tackle. How is he graded out on the film when he's been healthy and out there this season?
Well, Sammy's first of all, he's a great young man. He works really hard. He's a low maintenance player. I mean, he's always where he's supposed to be, doing what he's supposed to do. He's a big guy. He's hard to move. He's got some really good initial quickness. He's got good balance and body control. He's a young guy, and he's active in the middle. He makes our defense better when he's in there, when he's healthy. He can control the middle. He can command a double team, which is important at his spot. He's just a really good young player that's going to get better. We're a better defense and a better football team. When he's in there and when he's healthy and he's going good.
Couple, I guess, weather-related questions. One, campus is going to close in a half hour. What's that mean for you and your assistant coaches and your players? I'm assuming it's business as usual, but what does it do? For you?
That doesn't mean anything to me. It's and actually I don't have to leave if I don't want to. So I have a sleeping bag in my office, so I can just camp out. So there's no issues there for us. But
Second one, has it crossed your desk or come through your ears? Is there any talk about the wildfires in California and what it might mean for Saturday's game? I think UCLA had to close its campus yesterday because of it. It's supposed to get worse tonight.
yeah.
Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I talked to Brian McGinnis about it last night. We were texting back and forth about maybe around 11 o'clock, and I just told him, just let me know if there's anything I need to know. Other than that, we're straight ahead. We're getting ready.
I know coaches don't want to see their quarterback get hurt, anything like that, but was it pleasing to see Steven kind of put his head down and run a little bit last week rather than sliding and being a little hesitant when he was carrying the ball on those planned runs?
Well, there's a time and a place for everything, and obviously, when you need to get down, it's time to get down. You get down, you slide, and you don't take that hit, and sometimes you gotta take the hit, and so I have a lot of confidence in Steven. He competes at a high level. He plays really hard. When we ask him to run the ball, he runs it. When he needs to extend plays, he tries to extend the plays and keep the chains moving. So, but yeah, you never want to see any one of the players, get hurt like that. It's a kind of a scary moment.
How much, I guess, would making a bowl game this year help move along the development and the culture change that you're trying to implement here? If you're able to get the extra practices and extra time with the team and all that stuff.
The extra practices are huge. That's a big part of the bowl experience is all of those extra practices that you get. It's almost like getting another spring ball in, and so that's really positive. There's a lot of positive things to continue to be able to continue to play, And but right now, our focus is on UCLA. Yeah. There won't be any more unless you ask another question. So.
So the NCAA just voted to allow players to profit off of their likenesses starting in January 2021. Do you have any initial thoughts on that?
I don't have any right now. I might have some at a later time, but like exactly right now, I don't have anything. You know, really, I'm really truly focused on our team right now and UCLA and our preparation and trying to get you guys out of here by 12:30.
Hey, Mel, would you talk a little bit about Alex Fontenot and his development? I mean, it seems like the last handful of games we've really seen him. I don't know if it's a confidence thing or feeling comfortable or what it is, but his style of play and the way he's kind of approaching things really seems to kind of be evolving and growing as the season goes on.
Yeah, he's been consistent. You know, I think throughout the season with the opportunities he's got to carry the ball, he runs really hard. He's got good vision. He's got good yards after contact. You know, he can catch the football. You know, he does well in pass protection. And even, you know, going back to training camp, you know, we were talking about the depth at the different positions. And I said, I think we've got, you know, 3 or 4 running backs that can really play, you know, and can really get the job done. And when he gets opportunities, man, he gets it done. He's a dangerous player, and he can pretty much do it all. And he's getting better. You know, he's got really good ball security. So, and he's a young player too. So, I like it.
I know you've said in the past, KJ just being a really coachable guy, someone who pays very much attention just in meetings and in the film room. But as a former DB, when you see a guy like him routinely having to cover wide receivers who are 2 to 3 inches taller, 20 to 30 pounds heavier than him, what is your kind of advice to him as someone who has to square up against those guys, and what kind of challenges do you think that presents him as just being a smaller guy?
I think it's important never to, you know, mentally get overwhelmed by someone else's talent. You know, you have to use really good technique and you have to compete. And, you know, belief precedes success. So first you have to believe that you can make the plays, you can get the job done, and he has confidence, and we have confidence in him that he can get it done. And so, you know, he just, you know, all the things you said, you know, he pays attention. It's important to him. He works really hard. He understands that technique is important, and he's able to take technique from practice and actually carry it over into the game. And he's continuing to he continues to get better. So I'm happy with his development so far.
Does the process of, I guess, getting a team better, which happens at every school around the country, is it different when you're coaching a team that may not be getting the results it wants as opposed to when you were at Alabama or Ohio State or Georgia, teams that maybe were getting the results they wanted?
That's an excellent question. It's difficult to get guys better regardless of the situation, because, you know, you look on the flip side of it. Say you know you're having a lot of success and everyone's patting you on the back and telling you how good you are and talking about national championship implications and playoffs and all that, and you know players are on social media, they're reading all that stuff, and you know then you bring them into practice and you're talking to them about getting better, and it's not good enough, and here's, you know, that could be a challenge as well. So, you know, but the job of a coach is to teach, motivate, and develop players, and you have to capture their minds, you know, any way you can, every way you can, to get the message across, to get them to understand that, you know, you have to get better, you have to improve. You know, you're always learning. I mean, look at Tom Brady. Man, I don't know how long he's been playing, but he seems to get better and better every year. You know, and he's had a lot of success. You know, and that's really what it's all about. And this game of football is, you know, you got to stay on top of it or it can get away from you. You know, if you don't work to get better, you can actually regress quickly and get passed up by other people. And everybody in America is trying to get better, you know. And so, and that, you know, even when you think that you're playing at a high level, at some point, you know, you're gonna line up against someone who's got as good or better talent than you, and you better be ready for that. And so, you know, I understand that, and our coaches understand that. So it's important that we continue to, you know, work with our guys to get them better. And that's why, like, we come out, you know, on Bloody Tuesday and we put the pads on and we get after it, you know, and we go hard and you know, we're efficient, and the drill work is tough, and we go at a fast pace, and you know, we coach them hard, and our meetings are organized. I mean, there's no let up, there's no end, and it just rolls right into the out of season program and the fourth quarter program. You know, it just keeps going because, you know, you have to, you know, we're here to change the culture, to win football games, and we have to be going, you know, all out every day as a coaching staff to get this program where we want it and to keep it there. And so there's no end to it. There's never going to be we're good enough, or I don't care who the player is. I don't care if it's a first-round pick or if it's a freshman walk-on. It doesn't matter. You know, if you aren't out there getting better, then there's a problem. You know, because that's what it takes. I mean, it takes what it takes.
Anything else for Coach? 15 extra minutes. Thank you.
Okay. All right, guys. We're almost done.